passwords. Can you hear me now? Does that work? Can you hear me? Just let me know in the thumbs up. It look like the microphone is going through. But if you can't, just let me know. All right. Appreciate you. All right. So like I said, we're trying to do something a little bit different than always talking about shoes. We're gonna try to do um, basically, like I said, prevention measures of security. Because I hear a lot of people talking about their stuff getting compromised on YouTube and all that stuff, and computers. I know like gaming prints, them. I know you got probably have. I don't know if you have per se issues with hacking, but a lot of people probably have getting their information compromised. Like the most recent one was probably Sony, where everybody had to have new accounts. You had to do new logins. You had to do new credit card information, and et cetera, et cetera. It was a headache. I mean, a pure D headache. But for most of these companies, though, it's interesting because they weren't all of this different network security, but believe it or not, the damage has been way done way before they found out the actual problem. So, like I said, I don't want to hold everybody up too long. Maybe it's going to probably be 30 minutes unless everybody have questions. Because I'm not the full expert, but I maybe can give everybody some tips, like I said, of how to prevent your information from getting compromised. So the first thing about this security, right, you want to make sure you make your password complexity. What I mean is about complexity, you want to use special characters, you want to use uppercase, you want to use lowercase, you want to do all of that stuff with a minimum of eight characters long. I know a lot of people gonna say, man, that's a lot. Another thing is, like for instance, right, if you just went cash, right, instead of CASH, right, another option would be C, use the at sign, the dollar sign, and the H, but I wouldn't recommend that because that's too simple. So just something like that to remember. Keeping another thing for like just YouTube itself. How often do any of you change your password? I bet none of us probably change the password. Hello, Princess Fame. Hi there. Just checking out, trying to do this new stream. We're just talking about ways to help secure yourself on the YouTube. Um, a lot of people, like I said, myself included, I haven't changed. I need to change my YouTube password because you know sometimes if you got hackers out there, stuff gets stale. You open yourself up. Generally, 3 months is good. Every 3 months, change your password, then you should be okay. Username, you all good. Another thing, be careful when you out Starbucks, places that got open Wi-Fi. That's the worst place. There's a thing called shoulder surfing. When you out there, Starbucks, you're using their stuff, they're giving you their password. Be aware of who is around you. The jokers could be peeping you out, looking over your shoulder, all in your business, and you think you're good, and you're not. Another place, right, is the airport. They got this thing what's called a pineapple router, believe it or not. You think you are tapped in to the airport or you tapped in to Starbucks. It sit there and looks like the actual website, and you actually logging into somebody else. They playing the man in the middle. So now they getting all of your information, which is I don't. That's why I don't go out to Starbucks and all of that stuff. Very, very dangerous on that. Another thing, be aware of internet security. How many of you probably actually broadcast your routers? I know my family member they get mad with me. I'm the only one that knows the password, and I'm the only one that can log in. Hi, Ariel Williams. We just talking a little bit about tips. I don't even have my stuff broadcasting. on my router. I'm there, but I'm not there per se. Hey, Miss Pam, how we doing? Yes, I'm using this OBS. I'm finally decided to put it together. Hey, Michael Films, what's cracking, lacking? I'm here. I'm recovering from no, actually we didn't do the all nighter yesterday, so we all good. Yeah. So how many of you actually in here have your routers broadcasting with your name and all of that stuff? A dangerous thing about that is what we have is called war drivers. People will actually physically sit outside your house and tap into your internet system. I don't know how many of you guys knew that, but they can just go around the neighborhood, depending on how strong your network signal is. They sit outside your house and they could be going amok on your internet system. So that's why I highly recommend everybody when you get your routers and stuff, change your password. That should be the first thing because most of the stuff they have these hackers and stuff know that your everything is default admin. So you want to change it. Like I said, if you can, you want to your change the name, hide it so it doesn't broadcast, and be the gatekeeper of the password. I know it may be a pain in the butt because when you gotta sync something up, if you buy a new item, instead of you just being able to see your name and using your password, you gotta go type all that stuff in manually to get on the system. So how many of you in the chat actually have your thing secret, or is it broadcasting so everybody can see your name? And then I catch up. Okay, Pam, you change yours, but is it still broadcasting where people can see the name? Because that is one thing they have these hackers. They have this thing that they can tap into your thing, and they get first. They start off with most common password used, like dictionary words. That's the first thing they do. Hackers get in there. Most people think we want easy, right? Because it's a pain. If you got so many stuff, you're gonna make it something easy. So they got this thing that they use dictionary word and they run this key generator and it just generate. And then once it's done with that, then it goes into the more complex stuff. So the harder your password is, like I said, you want to use characters, at signs, all of that stuff. You want to be minimum of 8. I try to change my password every 90 days. I also change my IP address. So the bad part about changing your IP address is you can brick your system. That's why a lot of people like to prefer to just do VPNs, which is a lot easier. But if you don't remember your IP address, you kind of screwed. You'll screw up your whole network. So I don't recommend it. Just depending on your level of knowledge of computers. Now, some other things you got to be aware of out here in this social media world is social engineering. You on YouTube, we forget we on YouTube, we on a social site, and what do? We link our social stuff with our personal stuff. And I'm guilty of it too. I had after a year or two, I had to disassociate the both, right? Get one email for the tube, one for your personal, one mail for the tube, one mailbox for your personal. That way you can separate everything. That's the better way to do everything. Separate business from pleasure. Well, yeah, you got options. VPN. It just depends on which VPNs. You got some free ones. You got some more expensive ones. I haven't delved into the VPN, so I ain't gonna sit there and tell you which is better. You just gotta whichever one works better for you. But like I said, the routers though, You can do a lot with a router. You can throttle it, where you can give more bandwidth to certain things like this stream. If I didn't think my bandwidth or strength was strong enough, I can give this stream the priority. Or for gamers, you can give your PS4 the priority, and then you can um, run on different signals, 2.4, 5.0, different hertz and speeds and things of that nature on a computer. Now the social engineering thing is dangerous because of course, right, we use everything by email. We like to share information, especially on Facebook and stuff like that. People be going ham, they be telling all their life story. And when you do that, you putting yourself at risk. Big, big risk. So just be aware when the social engineering. And the worst thing about social engineering, they take advantage of our kapuna, as we call here, our elderly, because our elderly don't know anything. And the worst thing is, right, when they call you on the phone, is this such and so and so, you owe this, or you got a nephew or a kid in jail, name this name, can you send money? That's one of the biggest ways these people try to get over on. Yeah, social media, yeah, it does get confusing. So that's why I try to, as little as possible, social media. Put pictures. If you're going on a trip, stuff like that, always do after the fact, not currently, because you just don't know people's state of mind right now. Out of sight and out of mind. I think Pam, we probably the only couple up in here. Maybe a couple people I can't really see on this OBS. We say 3 viewers, but probably people watching and working. It's only 10 a.m. here. I think it's about 4 p.m. where you at. So it's hella early. Normally people catch my replays. Other things. Let me see. We got everybody already know about the email, the phishing stuff. So we don't really have to go too much into that. But it's just the thing. Want everybody to make. It's not a okay. Thanks, Pam. You know how we do. It's all love on this end. And like I said about the security stuff, you don't ever want to go through getting your stuff compromised. I mean, it is a headache, and like I said, for gamers, YouTube in general, a lot of people. That's why a lot of people like to buy those cards, right? Those PS4 cards, those Nintendo cards, things of that nature. But however, right, the easiest way to go do stuff is to go through Microsoft. Get the Microsoft, get the Xbox Live. Yeah, I highly recommend separating the two. What else you got? Yeah, Xbox Live or PlayStation. Hopefully, PlayStation fixed their crap, but you'll never really know how much information was out there. So that's the dangerous thing. Like I said, when people getting hacked, it's normally they'll bring it out when they can't get in front of it. It's like it's beyond gone. Another big thing what we learned, this kind of off the subject, but I'm just gonna put it out there. It's a such thing called ransomware. Now, ransomware is generally used for your bigger corporations, i.e., where most prevalent they use that for the medical field. Yeah, the medical field because people got personal information. The hospital needs this personal information. So what? Guess what? The hackers will compromise the entire hospital's database for a fee. And this probably happens quite often, but the public, we would never know. So that's just something to think about. Hackers are just that good. You figure they got, it's like tit for tat, right? You got hackers, you got virus software. So guess what? The hackers will say, okay, the hospital, we'll release all this personal information. You give us X amount of money. So they give them the money. The public, we never know. So it's just a lot of shenanigans going on out here. Yeah, PlayStation was the worst, pan. That was terrible. I hardly even use the PlayStation, but that, who else got hacked? Yahoo, Target, aka Tarjay, they got hacked. So it's like, it's good to have credit card, but at the same time, it's dangerous. You had the one with the incidents too. Hey, thanks, John Brooks, for stopping through. Appreciate you. Thank you for smashing the like button coming in. Yeah, I'm just trying to get on this OBS tip here or Streamlab. It's not that bad once you take your time to get everything set up. And drinking my coffee this morning, Pam. Not beer. It should be water though. Uh, she said she love it meeting goals. Yes, trying to meet the goals here. So pretty soon we gotta get, like I said, we gotta get you and Miss Princess Famous on the live. Get y'all doing a live stream because you can do some pretty good things on this. You got the starting soon. You got live scene, intermission. You got be right back. You got all of that stuff going on. But I want to get off subject. Like I said, we're going to talk about like just keeping on security. So we done talked about social engineering, shoulder surfing, uh, man in the middle. I don't think we need to talk about that too much. I mean, that's possible if you stand in like a cluster or something like that. You might have to be, or if your homes are close together, you might have to worry about the person next door. You know how you got them creepers living next door. You don't know, who they are. They could be trying to tap into your system. So you worry about that. Uh, like I said, the biggest thing is the broadcasting, because each internet service is different. You got to find out how far out do your service runs, and you'll know, right? Because you walk outside the house, your phone will tell you if you're losing connection or not. So that's one of the things. And if your radio power is too high, guess what? That means any Joe Schmo can come by and they can say, "Oh, E Money Shoes, I see him right there. Let me click in." And the worst thing can happen to you if you don't have the password on. And then another thing you can tell if you're being hacked, yeah, go right off. Another thing you can tell you being hacked. What's up, Mono, bro? You stationary? You on the road? Yeah, another way you can tell you being hacked is if you at home at night, you're not using the service, and your lights are flicking on your router. That means either somebody trying to get in, or they port searching, or something like that to trying to get. I mean, it's real in the field. Just think about that. Just think about that. Real. I mean, people don't really pay attention to that, but like I said, it's a lot of advanced stuff in here. Like you got a router, a thing like that. You lock your port. I had my instructor. He it's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out tomorrow. I'm gonna check it out tomorrow. Pam said, "Oh, for real? Yes, for real, Pam." Um, my instructor, he's so anal. After 12 o'clock, after 12 o'clock, his internet service goes off. So he cut everything off, and everybody won't be able to use the internet till the next day. So that's pretty interesting within itself. Now, other things. Now you got your virus protection. Now, virus protection, believe it or not, if you don't really use the internet a lot, hey, Clothing, thanks for stopping through. Thanks for Clothing. Thanks for Mona Lisa Kicks. Thanks for Pam stopping through. We just talking about, ways to prevent internet security or yourself from getting, hacked on the net. He said, can't do without the internet. Yeah, you can't do you. Now, let me clear that up. You can, well, in theory, if you know all of your sites are trusted sites, you don't need virus protection per se. And how you know it? So of course, on the internet, you got different sites, right? You got secured sites and you got unsecured sites, right? That's why you got HTTPS, which is secured, versus HTTP, which is unsecured. So for me, I like to go on like ESPN. and that's not a secure site. So you need a virus protection. Say you at home, you don't go on the net, maybe every blue moon. All you doing is schoolwork on just Microsoft Word. In theory, you don't need virus protection because you just doing it just with a bare minimum. So that's how you roll with that. So it's, I mean, it just like I said, it just depends. Like I said, it still won't stop a hacker though. It's just like a thief. You can have preventive measures to try to cover yourself to make not so vulnerable. But in the end, if the guy is just him or her just being so. Oh yeah, but like I said, I'm just giving measures. Something most companies now they giving routers, boosters, and passwords. The first thing, soon as you get that thing, change it ASAP because that'll just make you vulnerable right off the rip. You don't want nobody, tapping into your system, using your system that you paying your hard-earned money for. That just defeats the purpose. And yeah, like I said, you got a lot of people around here that's doing it, cheapskates, things of that nature. But the biggest vulnerabilities out there, like I said, when you go into these coffee shops, you go to Starbucks, you go to McDonald's, you go to airport, everybody is offering free internet. But you got to watch out for these jokers that's watching around and looking, trying to see what you do, because that's crazy. Um, how does everybody keeping their password? You right about that, fam. Now the hardest thing, I ain't gonna lie, we all human. I am guilty of the password thing. A lot of people may put it in their phone. A lot of people may put their password. You at work, it's under your keyboard or something like that. The best way is try to find somewhere safe where it's got two form factors or multi authentication process. Everybody probably familiar with that now, right? Because the phones are starting to do that, where you got to put your password in, and you got to do your fingerprint scan or retina scan. So that's the new wave, pretty much now. You get multi-form factor or multi-authentication for security. Yeah, you telling me. So it's like you shouldn't use the same password over and over again. But if you think it's strong enough, because there are sites out there, I don't know, that you can actually put your password in, and it'll tell you how many tries it would take for a hacker for that password to be compromised, which is pretty interesting within itself. Say the new wave gets on your nerves, but yeah, it's it's always evolving. Next thing you know, if you're a government worker, right, you get the cat card, which has a key. You also have, then you still got that multi-factor um, authentication. So it's coming. Yes, if you use your phone, you should take and the worst thing, I'm pretty sure I know I used to have all my passwords in my phone, but I don't do that because y'all already know that the phone is the first thing we might end up losing. And boy, if you don't have that sucker locked, it's just like that's like a kid in the candy store. Let me tell you, people steal all of your information, and that's when stuff get the fan, right? But if you got a really good insurance, like banks and stuff like that, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So I like to do videos like this, because I know it ain't all about shoes. I mean, people ain't rich. We gotta get better content, and it ain't all about shoes. It's about sharing information and things of that nature, and just trying to put out different content. Because some people just don't know. You just think I'm constantly telling my dad because he the old school way. What's going on, Roger? My dad the old school way. He do his things all the old school way. Go pay the bill um, in person. Still using money orders. I don't trust money orders neither. Them done things. Sometimes they pay. Sometimes you don't. Then you got to go back and try to get everything fixed, which is a pain in the you know what. Yeah, shout out to Marshall Rogers. He won my last giveaway. So yeah, just like I said, just a couple things to make the internet, make your try to make your life better. It ain't gonna make it. Like I said, you can't stop a person who really want to just get into your system. Yep. So the next, actually, since I done pretty much talking about internet security, gonna just talk about some stuff we got coming up pretty soon. Cause I know it's kind of early and everybody got stuff for their day. So the next, so I just hit 2K. Thanks for Pam and all the good people. Yourself, Marsha Rogers. Oh, there goes Sneaks. What up, bro Hamlet. You right about that, clothing. People are hacking awful. Yeah, they too lazy. But you know what? Some people just do it for the hell of it just because they can. They like challenges. That's the thing. If it's too easy, some hackers are so confident they will not do it. For instance, the worst thing can happen. No, I think that's why on YouTube, it is really good, like you said, to know who the person you're dealing with. Kind of check them out a little bit because they could be a troll, they could be a hacker. Like you said, pictures or just better go on their page and see them out. Because this hacking is real in the field. For instance, when I worked at this university, it was because see that's the scary thing with the VPN now. That's the scary thing with the VPN for a VPN is located else places, right? So it's pinging other than where it actually is. So you one place, but the VPN is somewhere else. So I had this one incident where this girl was being harassed by this guy, and the scary part of it was the guy was like or three um, 2 or 3 chairs down from the girl, and it was a real creepy incident. They was like talking back and forth, and they chopping it up, and he turned out to be a predator. And I forgot he did something stupid, and that's how he ended up getting caught. But she actually thought she was talking about somebody in another country, and he was getting his thing. I mean, it's crazy. So, that's the scary part. That's how people can misuse VPNs. They can present themselves as being somewhere else, and they can be right next to you. So like I said, everything has a pro and its con. Just chopping up, Sneaks doing something a little bit different. We just talking about internet security and making sure you got all your P's and Q's taken care of. But there's some real creepy people out here. It's very creepy people. Uh, like I said, you got of course the routers, right? You got different types of routers. The one I have is the Nightwing. It's a Netgear one, pretty good, not bad. But it depends. The biggest thing also depends too how many devices you hook up to it. Some can hold more than others. I just put it out there, Marshall. We can't put that in the chat box no more. I just let everybody know. Had a homie Marshall. He's an up and coming. He's a young man in school and stuff. So he's an up and coming. He's trying to start his channel. So he's just trying to get himself promoted out there. So what everybody got going on today? What's going on, Breezy Kicks 23? Just doing a little impromptu live here, trying to get this OBS set up the right way. So not too bad. I'm probably gonna be doing some stuff here and there. So what you got going on today, Breezy, Marshall, Pam, Sneak, Clothing? Before I jump off here though, real quick, um, 2K. Since I did hit 2K, shout out to everybody for rocking with me and supporting. I will be doing that giveaway trying to think of something to do. I'm gonna do it after the Who Has the Heat, though. I don't want to be running it uh, to both of them together in connection with each other. Oh yeah, just working and looking at numbers. Yeah, it's crazy out there. I mean, no, it's all good, Marshall. You ain't know, still trying to get the 2K, okay? So yeah, check everybody. Everybody in here has a channel. Pam has a channel. Me and Pam, she do the all nighters now. She's an all nighter, 4 hours now. That's all right. You could. It's never too late, Breezy. We can probably try to get it by the end of the month. It's still June. Clothing has so Breezy has a channel. Clothing has a channel. Pam has a channel. Marsha has a channel, and Sneakerholic Bees have a channel. Oh, no problem, Pam. I'm just, just trying to share what I know. Everybody been rocking with me for a long time. If I got some information, I'm gonna put it out there. It just, I mean, sharing is caring. If somebody can do it better than me, I'm all for it. That's how I look at it. It's just like when you being a supervisor, when you teaching somebody something and they can make it better than you, hey, that means you done did a pretty good job yourself. Also, now this, did you see my shirt here? It's a Money Run clothing shirt. I support him. He's down in Florida. I have a code for that. It's E Money Shoes. You get 20% off the order if you're on IG. That's Money Run Clothing. You also have Snooch Custom. He's on IG as well. He do customized merch. So I always like to promote people, and um, we always like to help our own. So I'm always looking to, collab with people. The next thing I probably got going on would be once Who Has the Heat is over. I know I'm jumping all around, but we're gonna have Limelight. Limelight would showcase people with different talent. You could be up and coming. You can be a painter. You can be an artist. You can do custom shirts. Because there's a lot of good people out there doing some real big things, but they just don't have enough platform. My platform is not the biggest neither, but I figure, if you can tell 2 or 3 people, then that just keeps spreading like wildfire. So yeah, so just stay tuned, get that notification bell on. Oh, Money Run Clothing. Okay, I'll talk, hit him up. Yeah, so if like I said, just keep the notification bell ready because I am gonna do the 2K giveaway, and I keep you posted. I just want to do it after Who Has the Heat because we got some pretty good battles coming up tomorrow night. We have Juggernaut of Souls versus Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have the night off tomorrow, Pam. I won't be pushing you to go 4 hours again. And then Saturday is gonna be a good battle. You're gonna have um, Sneaker Nympho, Miss LeBron James versus I Am That Dude, Mr. Jordan 1 Mid. That should be a pretty good one. I'm really excited about that as well. Okay, I will put you on the messenger. That is for sure. So hopefully I was able to give everybody some insight. Like I said, it won't be 100% foolproof, to stop all this what's going on. No, it's all good, Chloe. You good about catching the reviews and stuff like that. It'd be funny though that this most recent was real intense though. I was over here sweating. I wasn't even in the battle, but you always good clothing. You always showing, stopping through, showing support. So it's all G if you gotta work. But yeah, everything is good. Miss Pam, are you going live later? I think I like the animation of the OBS. It's just a little bit tedious trying to get it meshed up. Cause what you gotta do is you gotta go do scenes on this OBS, and it's like small clips, so you can do a start scene, a live scene, intermission, but you gotta plus or minus. You can make it to your liking. So it takes a day or two. I don't know if Mono is still here or not. He might be. You probably got to hit him up on IG. So other than that, like I said, hopefully I was able to give some helpful information tomorrow. Oh, she on a different schedule. Okay, that works. So tomorrow, like I said, tap in. I did have the promo on IG. They already talking crap to each other, jerking off the soul, and shoes up, sleeves down. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, y'all time, which is 3 p.m. my time. So it's all good or whatever. Yeah, 3 p.m. my time. Okay, so yeah, I still might be able to go check other people's lives out tomorrow. And like I said, show love and support to everybody who came in here. Much love to you guys, 'cause always. Okay, clothing, I got you on that. I got you on that. Yeah, we always like being on YouTube. YouTube is a challenge. It really has been a challenge lately. Um, you got a lot of things going on with with changes, and I think Pusa Studio yesterday they had a pretty good conversation, a topic. They was like, "Is it really worth it?" That's a good question. So I posed that. That'll be my last thing before I get out. Do you guys really think YouTube is really worth it sometimes? Because it can be challenging. It's like it's like we're working for a big corporation, and everybody trying to get their piece of the pie. And once you think you done figured it out, something changes and it sets you back. Whether it could be YouTube itself, it could be something in your personal life. It really makes you sit down and reflect. And I think I ain't gonna be too afraid to admit and say sometimes I be like the hell with YouTube because it takes a lot of energy. But we've been chopping up lately. We just trying to stay positive with good vibes and just keep it pushing. We just make it more of a fun situation than make it more of a I gotta do this situation. You just get on there and just have a good time. Let your hair back. If I had hair, I would let it back, but you get my drill. So it can be because I sometimes be want to say, you know what, the hell with it. But then I have people hit me up and say, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And it just make you feel good that people think of you and thinking of your input. And I just tell I was like, you doing well. Just keep pushing because there's a lot of people on YouTube now. But back when I came in, people did not want to share information. People weren't reaching out. You could hit a person up and they got your information and they'll just ignore you. They won't share anything. But for me, it's not that serious. You hit me up, I'll tell you if I know it. I don't want to lead you in the wrong way because, like they say, it's a lot of things where the people say, I heard. That's the worst thing. I heard. You don't want to never assume. You want to know because that's the worst thing of telling somebody something which is not true, and then they run and go with it. So I try not to do that. I try to research everything first before I put the information out there. So other than that, like I said, thank everybody for stopping through. Much love and support, and I will be tapping in with everybody later. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a good one. And I'll be checking with y'all later. Peace.